Our Father and our God, we just want to thank you for this day. We want to thank you for the session that we are about to have this evening. We ask you that you guide and lead us, give us your wisdom, your knowledge and understanding in every matter that we shall discuss. We thank you that this far you have brought us, and we look forward also to another successful year, 2025. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Let us sit. So good evening once again, and thank you all for coming. Today's
So I'll try and brief. I'm always in between the eloquent chairman and the anticipated numbers from Lawrence. So I kind of think everybody says just finish up. I want to know the results. And as my team knows, I'll say remain calm, isn't it? Just remain calm. So a few points for myself. So let me first acknowledge colleagues that are joining online. We also have investors that are joining online. We do have a number of other stakeholders that are joining online. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A few points that I'll make and then I'll allow Lawrence to come in. Thank you, Chairman, for your compliments and for the hard work. But I start by Dennis, is this technologies? Yeah, good. I think it's important to thank the 12,500 KCB colleagues for their contribution in 2024. Like Chairman, I don't want to speak about, what Lawrence will announce, but I truly want to thank the group board and all the subsidiary boards. I want to thank the executive team. It's been a tough 2024, but we've had our building blocks in place. So I'll do two things, just reflect, and then I'll spend a little bit of time talking about some 4 pillars that I think will define our 2025. I think that's more important, because the balance scorecard for 2024 is gone. I think I need to tee up the balance scorecard for 2025. So we remain the largest bank institution in the region on footprint, opening doors for millions of people. It's very important that we brought down our branches 61 year-on-year post-merger, particularly in Rwanda. Many people keep asking me, Paul, you're investing in technology. What change has come through the branches? Now we are seeing that strategy delivering 33 million customers. But most importantly, you will see the growth of use of technology. I think it's very important to also highlight that we run, multiple brands within the group, and what you see down there just highlights the core of those brands. I want to talk about the impact that we've had on customers, and as I promised a few of my members, I'll be very, very brief as I go through this, because these slides will be posted. At the heart of, in that slide, for me, are the products that the teams have brought to life in 2024. So, and that's the whole bouquet of the 10 plus entities that we have. The amazing work being done by KCB Investment Bank, the amazing work that is being done by KCB Asset Management. When you see something like Magic Connect, that is NBK solution for water, a cross-border payment by Digital Financial Services. We are the first entity that now can support, transfers of funds cross-border across the region. We remain the largest corporate bank, particularly in Kenya. Thank you, John Okolo, for that. We remain the largest retail bank. That's across the region, but thanks again in Kenya to Jenny Siao. We remain the largest mortgage provider, the Thank you, Wanjeri. I think I saw Wanjeri here. And I've talked about, leading treasury, but we do have, the product houses, bank assurance, investment bank. I think it's important for me to position here that we're just not a typical financial or banking Anastasia. We've got full solutions. So when I come to talk about 2025, we're inviting customers and every single person that is listening to us to say we've got solutions for you. So as Waswahili say, vuka sakafu. On the operating environment, and this is a very interesting slide. Interest rates are inching down, inflation has remained under control in most markets, but people ask me, Paul, why are you not transmitting that through interest rates as fast as that changes? And I know that question will come up. So I'm not sure whether I should just answer here and now or wait for the question, but we actually are saying we're remaining on the table, working particularly in Kenya with Kenya bankers to see how we can be able to transmit quickly those changes. And I think it is on record today we have close to 40 risk-based pricing models. Each bank prices according to that risk-based model. We believe jointly with the regulator that there is opportunity to harmonize certain things. And I think we are not far from being able to deliver that harmonization. And in the end, we'll then be able to transmit the changes made at monetary policy a lot faster. So for anyone that had written that question down, I hope you've been answered. Yeah. I think it's important to highlight two things here. One is the shilling, particularly the Kenya shilling, strengthened significantly against the dollar. That has the good side, that has also the pressure side. So when Lawrence reports in Kenya shillings, it doesn't matter how much you've done in Tanzania, you'll have to report in KES. That's a very important component. Second bit, on that particular one, is that you'll have to think about your book and what was dollarized, and you have to review what that is, isn't it? And then your balance sheet will come under pressure. But overall, where's Cosmos? I know Cosmos will say, Paul, why are you not saying that I then perform better in the region, but you kind of compress my numbers because of your reporting in Kenya shillings. Cosmos Kimario is our acting group regional business director and managing director of KCB Tanzania. So Cosmos, don't worry, we don't change balance scorecards. We just ask for more. I think I've gone through this, and it's very important for me to just reflect on 2024, 2026. We are on track. We've just closed 2024 as part of that strategy of transforming today together. We are into month 3. For the colleagues online and in the room, we are into month 3 of 2026. So Q1 reviews are just around the corner. I know some people would have guessed that I would say that. We've got to, and I'll speak about what we want to do in 2025, because I believe if you speak about it, you'll be held to account. And every colleague then will understand that, isn't it? So I'll come to that. We've got a few pillars that I want to touch on customer-centered value proposition. Thank you, Anastasia. Female-led and managed enterprises, what we call FLAME. We've lent 139 billion. That's a 30%. And I'm sorry, gentlemen in the room and those online, it has the lowest NPL. We've committed that we will target to 50 billion. But we've also rolled these products across the region. So thank you to Kenya for taking the lead. We need to adopt and drive that going forward. We are enhancing value proposition. There's a lot that we're doing on the SME world. I don't shy. There's money in churches. Even if they are going to give, we have rolled out Worship 360 for faith-based organization. Everyone is welcome to this. I think, as I said earlier on, we have sustained our market leading role both in housing and trade finance. I think one element, and I know that that gentleman is not here, but John, you can deliver the message. The work that George Kiluva and his team are doing, it's important that we acknowledge, and I can say we are the number one bank in trade finance. So thanks to that, the subject matter experts, and I'm glad that you now will oversee the entire group to try and make sure that that best practice is driven to the next level. In terms of leveraging group capabilities for efficient scale, I just want to mention two things. Breaking news, our cost to income ratio is down to 45.4%. It's down from 50.3%. The analysts who I normally call A students, you can start doing your calculation. Some of us went to Bachelor of anything, and therefore we've got to let A students do it. I think it's just important that you can see that our centers of excellence are starting to deliver. We've got group treasury that has come through to optimize across the group. I think I mentioned earlier on, thanks Angela and your team for delivering the Pan-African payment and settlement system, becoming the first bank in East Africa to integrate the platform into its operation. As Chairman said, we're at the tail end on regulatory approval on the sale of NBK, but I still want to thank George and his team for doing a great job in steadying that ship in the period that the transaction has been going on. We've delivered an agile group in technology. Dennis, thank you. That is why I'm going to commit certain things about 2025 shortly. Digital leadership, 30% mobile banking up year on year. Volumes in channels, internet banking, John, whatever you did, and Anastasia, and all the regional MDs, we can make that 100% year on year on internet banking. Really appreciate some of those numbers. Starting to pay. The investment in technology is starting to pay. Both in experience for customers, the convenience, but also value for the bank. But then, as as Americans say, thank you for what you've done. What are you going to do next? Optimizing data and analytics. We're lending 1.1 billion per day on mobile. Can somebody say hallelujah? For yourselves too. Yeah? Thank you so much for the teams that are involved in this. We've strengthened the limit management, and that led to 21% increase in mobile loans disbursed to 407 billion. Sound smart, we use lead generation algorithms to pre-score customers. That has enabled teams to cross-sell and upsell solutions. Very smart. Yeah, I think for the team, sometimes people thought this was preserved for international funds. We are international. Yes, it is international. Use of natural language algorithms to analyze customer feedback has enabled jobs team for quick resolution and pain points leading to improved customer experience. So thank you, George. I know, Job and Jiru, we're not where we need to be, but we've got a plan. Just on sustainability, and I won't take a lot of time on this, we're very clear, as Chairman said, on our governance. We're very clear on the 2024-2026 strategy. We've got to ensure that we enable the communities that work with us. We're screening our loans to make sure that the environmental and social due diligence tool works and delivers for us. But also we've set out targets for loans and green loans. And Eric Naivasha, you're here, there's no free lunch. That number will have to be a lot different when I stand the next time, isn't it? Perfect. Thank you, no pressure. In terms of our foundation, and Mendy, thank you for the job you've done in 2024 and your teams, plus all retail networks across the group. Youth employment, 13,142 vocational jobs. Training scholarships are worth 7.7 million. We just don't train, chairman, we give the tools. 1,789 tools worth 57 million was provided. We've supported 37,078 businesses in 2024, created 60,686 direct jobs in 2024. On Mifugo Mali, and I always joke, it was there before I came, but the ASAL areas cannot be left behind. We are also training poultry farmers. We are into blue economy value chains, but we are also going to provide extension services. On education, we provided 1,259 new scholarships for entry students. And I dare say that the other year for the exams, the best student, the exam was a KCB Spencer. If I'm not wrong, it was Kariobangi, is it? It was Kariobangi. We've got to do a lot more on that. In fact, if there's anywhere we need to do a lot more, it's on education. We now support 5,752 students, and that number of 99% high school completion rate is actually good. It tells you, if we hold hands, if we just chip in, if we just step in, those kids can go places. And because all of them are assured of university education under KCB, those are kids that will not only be our customers, but they will be transformative kids in the market. And 13 kids, students, join prestigious and Ivy League universities under the KCB Foundation. As I bring it to a close, congratulations BPR and TMB. They won the Banga Awards for DRC and Rwanda. Thank you very much. I've told Lawrence that I'll not go on to the other ones because I'm conflicted. But I think at the end of the day, if peers recognize you, whether at institutional levels or at individual levels, we remain grateful, but we remain grounded. Most important thing is we remain grounded. So we thank all those that have seen what we are doing, but we are challenging ourselves what more can we do. Now, as I bring it to a close, this should be the curtain raiser for Lawrence. When I look at 2025, it's a chapter close. 24, it's a chapter close. Maybe I'm too much into 2025. It's a chapter close. But if I look at 2024-2026 strategy for KCB and say, what are the 4 pillars that will make a difference in 2025? They are the following. 1 is customer. Defending and standing out for our customer. And when I say doing that, is deeply obsessed. We thank all the customers that bank with KCB, but I'll lead from the front to make sure that we are standing out for the customers. They might not get everything they want, but they deserve to know. They deserve to know in the shortest time possible, and they deserve that we remain present whatever decision they make. Customer. Number 2, colleagues. It is going to continue to be the competitive edge for KCB. The easiest way I explain it is if I am okay and one of my staff is not okay, then we are not okay. Like customers, they will not get everything that they want, but they deserve an answer. They deserve it in the shortest time possible, and they deserve that you support them to get out of whatever position they're in. Number 3 is the brand. Me and my kids feed on this brand. We must be the strongest defenders and ambassadors of the brand. If anything that is going to stand out, is fight for this brand. And we're going to turn the 12,500 colleagues. If you add board members, that number is going to be higher. Not just brand ambassadors, but brand warriors. I think a number of times the brand gets a beating chairman, there must be brand warriors. And an army of 12,500 would be a brand warriors. Finally, on the 4th, as Lawrence prepares to come up here, is execution. Execution. Doing what we said we will do, doing it ahead of time or on time, or getting out of the way. Somebody has to do it. It is challenging the status quo, because if you're going to fight for the customer, you must then do what you promised you would do. If you want to fight for the colleagues, you must do what you said do. You want to fight for the brand, you must keep the promise of the brand. Those 4 things finish with a balanced program. You walk around, get home, and ask a few questions. If they don't add up to those 4, then tunasema rudi kidogo umepotea njia. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that Chairman and I have been very good curtain raisers for Lawrence. Thank you so much for your support in 2024. Thank you for the support as we started the year, and looking forward to partnering with yourselves into 2025. May the good Lord bless you. Let's give Lawrence a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. Allow me to just do, I know BSc time is over, but David, how do you rewind this thing? There. So allow me to go there. When I stood in front of you in, was it October? When we were doing the results in Serena. Our CEO had been recognized on the second last one. CEO of the year 2024. He has since gone and gotten another one. So that's why you're seeing some things. Thank you. Let's work on this. Super. Thank you. Chairman, thank you for setting it up. Paul Asante Sana. So let's get into the performance for 2024. And we'll start with the balance sheet.
Supporting distressed customers with the NPL that we have seen that's going up. And then also on the CBK licensing fees for banks, how is it going to impact customers? Is that something that we have been looking at to see how it will impact customers? And then the third one is the going concerns about the risk-based lending. What is the future of this framework, and what should customers then expect from banks? So we take those 3. Is there any question? Anybody in the mic? Go ahead.
Good evening, Purity from Abuja Investment. Congratulations to Russo and team for such an impressive turnaround. I have 2 questions. On the KCB bancassurance and asset management, when you talk about collective investment schemes in the country and how the banks are now controlling 80 billion, out of which KCB is controlling 9 billion, having grown by around 8 million in 1 year, but then the bank seems to be a bit laid back. What is the picture for KCB Unit Trust scheme this year? Is the party over, or is the CP still playing that field? Also, I saw a very interesting slide on data. Would you kindly share what initiatives KCB has on data and the progress so far? I've seen, I think, 1.1 billion being lent per day, but I'd like a bigger picture of how KCB is dealing with data. Thank you.
We'll take those 5 questions for now, and then we'll take the next set.
Okay, when Chairman points in my direction, I think just to simplify on the access for clarity. So one, the transaction is on. That's why Lawrence has clearly articulated how we've accounted for NPK's performance. Number 2 is, and this is going to the detail, but I think it's important for everyone. There's confirmation in writing to CBK by access that they're still, going on with the transaction. Number 3 is we are at advanced stages on regulatory approval from both sides. So I'm very, confident that we are at the tail end of that. I hope you'll allow me to stop at that point on that particular one. I think on distressed customers, it's unfortunately, Bernard, that Oscar is not in the room, but I'll pass this to you. And we remain on the table to support customers. And like I always say to our customers, you must come to the table with clean hands. And we want to resolve. It's either A, you want to reduce the debt, B, you want to match it with your cash flows, or C, we are agreeing that both of us look for customers for that particular business. Selling for us is not priority. We have a number of options, and we have success stories in those numbers that you see. But I want to be on record to say, customers must also come to the table with clean hands. I don't believe the court route is going to help any of us, and therefore we are firm believers that we better resolve amongst ourselves. So the message to our customer who is distressed is walking to your relationship manager, and walking to your branch manager. If they don't support you, there's a divisional director, there's an MD. If the MD is not available, I'm available. All of us have signed yours faithfully. And you remember one of the pillars that I spoke about was customer. In the first instance, we want to defend the customers that are already with. We want to turn around those who are slightly problematic. We will be able to sort that out. There are various reasons why they get in, and therefore no customer is the same. We will engage a customer at individual level. On CPK licensing fees, I think it's early days. But like I said to Anastasia, when you're a big brother, anything that comes into the way, you should prepare. Because that you will be probably the person that will carry the load. I think it is at the engagement levels. I think there's a lot of engagement that is going on. I believe it's early days for me to comment. But hey, we will participate in the, and as KBA as well, we will participate. The governing council will definitely give input. On risk-based pricing, I did answer. But let me speak on behalf of those of us, the governing council, and we're in agreement even with the regulator that we need to find a solution that transmits monetary policy decisions faster to the customer. The 40 or so risk-based pricing models struggling to transmit immediately. But let's also not forget the benefit of risk-based pricing. Risk-based pricing came into play to bring transparency And you recall it was on the back of interest rate capping. So risk-based pricing, for those of us in the industry and in engaging with our customer, has had its value, has brought in that transparency. But like anything else that is good, there is always time for review, isn't it? And if you see certain signals, as that has come through with the different decisions from Monetary Policy Committee, we all agree to when I say people is actually a competitive edge for us. You can see that as we build our people profile and capabilities, performance is coming through. We just need an alignment. So we've also strengthened the Morrison's team with additional senior transaction resources to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. So a long way to answer you, but there is investment in